To Ukrainian Alexei Mikhailichenko as the third foreigner. Trevor Stephen and Mark Hateley are the two other non-Scots, and Ian Durrant starts the game. What a season it's been so far for striker Ali McCoist, who's already found the net 24 times in 19 games. He's well on course to shatter last season's total of 37, which brought him the Golden Boot, but he still awaits his first European Cup goal of the current campaign. One player Rangers much watched closely is Frenchman Eric Cantona, a powerful front runner with a deft touch on the ground and also dangerous in the air. He scored 7 goals in 13 games this season, including one against Stuttgart. Cantona lines up in front of that formidable Leeds midfield with Scots Gary McAllister, Gordon Strachan, Englishman David Batty and Welshman Gary Speed, the latter being an assimilated player. It's the same side which defeated Stuttgart 2-1 in the Barcelona playoff. The referee is Alphonse Constantin from Belgium. So we go into the opening skirmishes in what's been billed as the Battle of Britain. And right away a free kick awarded, and certainly a battle destined to last at least 180 minutes, maybe even 210 minutes, plus penalties. A lot of dramas ahead. So an early touch there for David Robertson, and he concedes the throw-in. He was challenged there by Lee Chapman, and it's David Batty to take the throw. Well, Scottish and English sides have met in Europe on 22 occasions, and only 5 times have the Scots gone through. So it's a measure of the task facing Rangers. But they'll obviously want to push forward at every opportunity, but here they find themselves in the opening minute facing a corner kick. And it's little Gordon Strachan to take it. Into the near post, headed away by Robertson. Oh, a marvellous goal by McAllister. Well, what an incredible start, just over a minute gone. Well, a double scotch there because Strachan floated the ball in from the right from the corner. And now it was Gary McAllister to send an unstoppable shot high into the net.
Well, this is the worst possible start Rangers could have had. The corner, David Robertson gets his head to it, and Gary McAllister comes onto it here and hits a tremendous volley which gave Andy Gorham absolutely no chance. Absolutely terrible start for Rangers. First minute of the game, Robertson clears the ball. Look at this for a volley, absolutely magnificent.
So, what a setback for Rangers. And there's Batty digging in and winning the free kick of Stuart McCall. Well, no one could have quite scripted that start. And Gary McAllister, who makes no secret of the fact that he's very much a Rangers fan and dreamed of playing in a European tie for Rangers one day. Well, he strikes after a minute of this game. Rangers 0, Leeds United 1. Chapman's in there again. Rangers will really have to keep things as calm as possible at the back, and there's a free kick awarded against Chris White, taking Ali McCoist out of the game. And the referee will have a word with the Leeds defender, Alphonse Constantin. And you can see he's unhappy with that challenge, the Belgian referee.
Yeah, I think it was a bit fortunate there not to get away with a booking. I mean, he absolutely scythed Ali McCoist down there.
So it's Trevor Stephen. Rangers will be looking to his experience tonight. But it's that man McAllister again, feeding it through to Chapman. Picked up now by Batty. What a start by Leeds United. Looking confident and very committed indeed. And there's Hateley getting the touch forward, but no one running in support. And it's Newsom sending the long one forward, looking for Chapman. It's headed away by David Robertson. Picked up now by Ian Durrant for Rangers. Back to Robertson it goes. Ian Ferguson knocking it back to Goff. Now it's McPherson. It's quickly closed down by Cantona. It's headed down there nicely by Hateley. Here's Ian Ferguson. And the ball goes out of play, and it goes Rangers' way. And Tony DeRigo there conceding it. A player who was linked with Rangers a couple of years ago. Had the chance to come here, but opted for Leeds. There's Hateley. Again, here's McCoist. That must be a penalty kick, surely. Well, the referee waves it away. The referee was right on the edge of the box.
Well, that certainly looked like a penalty kick to me. The ball gets knocked into the box here. Flick on from Hateley. Now Ali McCoist looks as if he's in the clear now. That is a penalty kick because Chris White impeded him there.
Well, Chris White had just taken McCoist out of the play a couple of minutes before that and had been won by the referee. Here come Rangers again. It's Ian Durrant. Through for McCoist. Breaks away from him there. It's picked up now by Batty. Played to Dorigo. John Brown climbing for it there with Chapman. Here's David Robertson for Rangers. Well, one thing that early goal should do is give us a very open game indeed. It just shows you all the plotting and planning that goes on for days. You can't legislate for that type of thing, but what a marvellous strike it was by Gary McAllister. There's Batty, but the offside flag goes up. And Rangers quickly take the free kick. Well, a packed house here tonight, and all Rangers fans, of course, a crowd in excess of 40,000. And the ball goes out of play there, and the award goes to Leeds United. Ali McCoist was in the thick of it. And it's Tony Dorigo looking for Chapman. A little touch there ahead of McPherson. Now it's Cantona. Headed down by Goff, picked up by Brown, through to Durrant. He's quickly closed down by Batty. Nice little shimmy there by Ian Durrant as he retained possession. That's David Robertson. Rangers will be looking to him to get forward and use his pace. He's laid off by McCoist there, looking for Durrant, but John Newsom is in there with a bit of time to spare and a good clearance. It's left now to Gordon Strachan. Good solid challenge by Richard Goff, but Leeds Havering and Gordon Strachan meanwhile has taken a bad knock as he clashed with Ian Ferguson. And while play rages on, it's Dorigo for Leeds United, aiming the high one, and Cantona's in there, and so too was Speed, and the ball goes behind for the goal kick. Well, the game being played at a ferocious pace, and Gordon Strachan there taking a hefty knock as he was challenged by Ian Ferguson. Well, he's back on his feet again as play goes on. As Ali McCoist chesting it down. It's fed forward by Trevor Stephen. It was the knockdown there from Hateley to McCoist. Here's Ian Ferguson. Well, a real test of character here for Rangers. It's played through looking for Hateley, but the offside flag had gone up against the big striker.
Well, that was another scare there for the Rangers defence. It was a lovely ball knocked in by Tony Dorigo, knocked down, and Gary Speed once again in the Rangers box just failed to get on the end of it, but they'll need to watch out for that because Gary Speed is a wing player that goes and supports the front people and tries and gets beyond them.
So Gordon Strachan looks none the worse for that knock he had taken. It's Cantona again showing his power in the air. This is Speed playing it to Strachan. Leeds really on strong at the moment. Rangers can't afford to lose another one here. And it's headed behind for the corner by Ian Ferguson, back helping in defence. And there's Chapman lurking. He scored in the 4-1 win over Stuttgart at Elland Road, playing against the German World Cup defender Buchwald. Tonight it's Richard Goff who's keeping a close watch on him. And again it's Strachan. Again the corner coming from the right. McAllister to Batty. Leeds with just about everyone forward here. It's played through looking for Strachan there, and it's Ali McCoist back in his own penalty area, sliding in to send the ball behind for yet another corner kick to Leeds United. I think McCoist's face there summed it all up, but Andy Gorham looks quite relaxed despite losing that early goal. Well, Strachan's corner played into the near post. Again, it's danger here for Rangers. The ball drifts behind for the goal kick, but an aerial threat all of the time from Leeds United at set pieces. John Newsom well forward there.
Yeah, particularly you get somebody like Gordon Strachan who clips those corner kicks really delightfully. I mean, they're looking for Chris White all the time at the near post with the flick on for big Lee Chapman at the back post, and it's causing Rangers problems.
And if you looked at that 4-1 game at Elland Road against Stuttgart, Strachan was really the orchestrator of everything, clipping that type of ball into the penalty area. Everything seems to go through Gordon Strachan. He is signalling for the ball as Lukic hits a high one across the halfway line. It's headed away by Brown, picked up by Strachan. Steps away from Ferguson. Strachan really in the mood tonight. Of course, he enjoyed many happy times here at Ibrox in his days with Aberdeen. Very seldom in the losing side when Aberdeen came here. It's Dorigo now. A high awkward ball into the middle. Chapman's in there. Robertson's with him. It's hooked away by McCall. It's Haitley. It's Ian Ferguson. Ian Durrant's on the far side pulling for it. Late shot to Trevor Stephen. There's Durrant now. He's drifted into the middle. Through to Haitley. Haitley surrounded by the yellow shirts of Leeds United. Here's David McPherson now breaking on the right side of the field. Rangers stringing the passes together here. It's Robertson. Oh, tried a shot there and not a bad effort from the fullback, who's still looking for his first goal this season, the only ever present, in fact, in the Rangers side, playing his 20th consecutive game tonight.
Yeah, we're hoping to get Rangers will be hoping to get David Robertson into forward positions, because in the first 5 minutes of this game, Tony Dorigo has made great runs from the left back position for Leeds and get telling crosses into the box, and I'm sure Rangers will be looking for David Robertson to do the same.
So the high ball there from Goff. It's headed down by McCoy, picked up by Haitley. Batty's in there. The hard, competitive player he is. David Batty. Well, he's only scored 3 goals in his career, and still waiting for number 1 this season, but more a player who wins the ball, and the longest serving outfield player for Leeds United. So Lukic coming well out of his goal. Chapman's in there. McAllister in support. Slid off by Cantona. There's McAllister again. Cut out though by Durrant. This is Stuart McCall. He was trying to find Ali McCoy, so it was well cut out though by Newsom. This is Batty to Strachan. Cantona again, chesting it down there for McAllister. He wanted too much time in the ball. He lost out initially to Trevor Stephen. Now it's Ian Durrant. He's got Haitley in front of him. McPherson's running in support. There's McPherson now. He's closed down by Dorigo. Back to Durrant it goes. Laid off by McCoy, away though by Dorigo. Chapman's header. Well, he was looking for Gordon Strachan, but McCall's back there. Trevor Stephen has drifted over to the left side of the field. And the ball swept out of play by Fairclough.
It's important tonight that Richard Goff, John Brown, McPherson and Robertson push up in the Leeds front line, because Cantona and Lee Chapman have got no real pace to get in behind defenders, nor has Gordon Strachan, who prefers the ball played into his feet.
So it's Ian Ferguson with Batty, and with a real tussle between those two before the night's out. But now it's Durrant for Rangers, aiming it at the head of Haitley. And the ball goes out for the throw-in to Leeds United, tightening against their own corner flag. Well, tonight is Rangers' 154th European tie, their 60th in the Champions Cup. Very experienced side indeed, but so too are Leeds, who have lost just 17 times in 90 European ties. That's a formidable record. But here comes Durrant for Rangers now to McPherson. Again, the Leeds players closing their opponents down quickly. With speed, switching the play to Cantona. It's well cut out by John Brown. He spotted the challenge coming through from Lee Chapman. Flipped forward now by Durrant, chested down by McCoy to Trevor Stephen. Robertson at full stretch there, but again Stephen running in support. Bit of slack play gives it to McAllister. Now it's Tony Dorigo, player of terrific pace, good hard tackling fullback as well. McAllister across to Fairclough. Cantona. So Leeds very much in the driving seat, leading by a goal to 0, and happy to knock the ball about, much to the annoyance of the huge Rangers support here tonight. And of course, if Rangers dive into challenges, they'll maybe just get themselves into some more trouble. Really is a crucial stage of the match for them. Really got to get themselves back in here, but Leeds are playing so well. The offside flag is up there against Cantona.
Yeah, Rangers are going to have to show tremendous character and a lot of patience as well, so they don't go chasing the game after that hammer blow in the first minute.
So it's McCall to Stephen. McCall again. The Rangers players finding it very difficult to get any space at all, but here comes John Brown. McCoist laid off to Stephen. That's a good challenge by David Batty. That's McAllister. Switch of play to Gary Speed, the Welshman. Knocks it down there to Dorigo. Gary Speed again taking on David McPherson. McPherson did well there under pressure. Now it's Ian Ferguson. Richard Gough is breaking out of defence, trying to get his team going. It's switched to the right now to Stuart McCall. Gough is still pushing well forward. It's played through to Ali McCoist. Ian Ferguson. And the ball going well wide of target. So a disappointing effort there from Rangers. Well, Trevor Stephen was brought back to Ibrox to play in this type of arena. It's his 8th start since coming back from Marseille. He missed the first leg against Lyngby, but played in Denmark. He's got 1 goal to his credit so far this season. There's Richard Gough with the header. But again, it runs out of play for the throw into Leeds.
I think Rangers will need to sort the Gary Speed problem out as well. Obviously the better names in the Rangers midfield, the bigger names, Gary McAllister, Gordon Strachan, David Batty, but I'll tell you, Gary Speed's a wonderful player and he's causing Rangers problems. He's popped up on the left, the right, the centre of the defence and in the Rangers box, and they're not quite sure how to handle him so far.
So it's Richard Gough having to play it back to Gorham. Strachan snapping away at his heels there as ever. It's a header from Chris White. The offside flag goes up against the lone figure of Gordon Strachan. He nodded off there for a moment. But what a terrific credit he is to himself and his club. 35 years of age and still enjoying his football. So it's Gorham's long kick. It's put out by White. Robertson's header for Rangers. Nudged on by Gough. The offside flag went up though against Paisley and McCoist. So, as I said earlier, only 5 clubs have gone through, Scottish clubs have gone through against English sides over the years. Rangers did it against Wolves. Dunfermline managed it twice against Everton and West Brom. Aberdeen defeated Ipswich, and of course Celtic defeated Leeds United in those classics back in 1970. But certainly the weight of history falls on the side of the English teams, and they're proving it again here tonight, with Leeds United leading Rangers by a goal to 0. There's the scorer, McAllister, but he's well challenged this time by Ian Ferguson. Now it's Ian Durant for Rangers. He plays it through to McCoist. Leeds have got plenty of players back though. Here's Ian Durant. He's been pursued there by Speed, and eventually it's Fairclough clipping it away to McAllister, and Leeds looking quite comfortable. This is Eric Cantona to David Batty. It's Gordon Strachan. Looking for Cantona again. It's Brown stepping in though. There's Batty reading the situation well, charging through, taking the return there from Chapman. Now it's played to McAllister. Dorigo is breaking on the left, but the ball falling in just behind him there. McAllister clipping it forward to Speed. Person gets a touch only as far as Batty. Person's in there again. Rangers are finding it difficult to break out of their own half. It's Dorigo playing it forward. He's unhappy there with the challenge by McCall. In fact, the referee had spotted it, and he's awarded the free kick against McCall.
I don't think there's any doubt, Jerry, that in the first 20 minutes or so, Leeds seem to have got a grip of the midfield, and when you look at the midfield, it's very talented. 4 international players spread across the middle of the park, and they're running the show at the moment.
So the free kick to be taken by Dorigo. Loading in the high one. Trouble here again for Rangers. Fairclough's in there. So too was White. And the two of them always carrying a threat at set pieces. Dorigo's clearance, Chapman climbing for it. It's cut out by Goff. Ian Ferguson to McPherson. Through to McCoist. Durant looking for Haitley. The chance out for Ali McCoist. Oh, and that's brave goalkeeping by John Lukic. A good build-up by Rangers. Durant involved, so too was Haitley. McCoist came racing in, and very brave goalkeeping by Lukic.
Very close here. Lovely little downwards header by Mark Haitley. But as you said, Jerry, John Lukic's brave goalkeeping dives at the feet of Ali McCoist.
So Rangers at last carrying a threat in this match with almost 20 minutes gone. And Haitley bundled off the ball by Newsom. John Newsom came into the side this season when Mel Sterling went out injured. So Rangers quickly take the kick. It's Trevor Stephen. In for the head of Haitley. And headed behind by Chris Fairclough. So the Rangers fans getting right behind their team now. At last they're starting to show something. The corner kick awarded, and of course David McPherson and Richard Goff have moved right into the 6-yard area. As Ian Durant strikes the ball. Lukic commits himself, and the ball's over the line. It's a goal for Rangers. Well, a complete miscue by the goalkeeper. 20 minutes gone. The goalkeeper tried to punch it clear. The ball crossed the line.
Well, this is dreadful goalkeeping error here by John Lukic. It sort of climbs over a few bodies and actually punches it into his own net. Dorigo tries to clear it, but the ball clearly over the line. Rangers back in the game. Just flights the ball in here, Durant. Lukic well up, climbs over a few bodies. Terrible mistake. And as you can see there, the ball well over the line. Rangers right back in this game now.
Well, Rangers 1, Leeds United 1, and all of the drama we expected in the way here tonight is unfolding. Well, Rangers losing a bad goal from a defensive point of view after just a minute, and then a crazy equaliser there, gifted to them. He put that down. It's an own goal by John Lukic. And Rangers fired up now. It's Ali McCoist. And another corner kick to Rangers. Well, suddenly, Gordon, Rangers are right back in it.
Yeah, and I don't think John Lukic will be looking forward to this corner kick, because he made a right hash of the last one. But Howard Wilkinson was saying only last week how poorly they're defending at set pieces this season.
So in an intimidating atmosphere like this, it's always difficult for goalkeepers. That was a shot going in there from Ian Ferguson, who's got 2 goals to his credit this season.
Yeah, tries a different approach this time. Ball flighted out to the edge of the box. Ian Ferguson gets over it, but no real power and no real accuracy.
So John Lukic, like the other goalkeepers who have come here to Ibrox, must find this crowd intimidating, breathing down his neck there. I remember Chanov, the Kiev goalkeeper, making a dreadful mistake here that allowed Rangers right into the game a few years back. And that was something similar there. There seemed to be no danger at all. And I just wonder what he's thinking at the moment. He hasn't missed a league game for Arsenal or Leeds since 1987. He's got a terrific record, has John Lukic. Had a spell, of course, at Highbury, where he won League Cup medals and Championship medals. But tonight, he knows now he's a real battle in his hands as Ian Durant comes forward for Rangers. Ian Ferguson with David McPherson breaking in the right. He's closed down by Eric Cantona. This is Ian Ferguson, nice little feint there to get away from speed. It's Ferguson! Well, what a transformation in this game. Ian Ferguson making his 15th consecutive start tonight. He played in both games against Lyngby.
Yeah, it's a lovely bit of play being Ferguson. Just waltzes round Gary Speed. But unfortunately the ball just zooms past John Lucas's right hand post. But that goal gave all the Ibrox faithful here a big lift, and the players as well.
So Ian Ferguson certainly not afraid to have a shot at goal tonight, and enjoying this European arena again after illness and injury kept him out of the side for so long. Here's Mark Catley, who will be relishing this now. It's Ferguson again, trying to find Durant. It's well cut out though by Fairclough. John Brown sending it through. That's a dreadful clearance, so he'd plenty of time to do better than that. It's Batty stepping in for Leeds. Challenged by McCall. And a good tackle there. It's picked up now by Durant. It's 4 against 3 here. Durant gets a second bite at it, but Newsom goes in. And the ball there eventually struck by Trevor Stephen. A little bit of a deflection into the hands of John Lukic, and some of the Rangers fans claiming a penalty, but the referee rightly waving play on. Here's Gordon Strachan, nicely off to McAllister. It's well cut out by Richard Gough. Well, Rangers now have found their feet after that dreadful start, but they're under pressure again here, and Andy Gorham having to react quickly with Cantona racing through. Meanwhile, the offside flag went up there against Mark Catley. The Belgian referee there signalling for the free kick to Leeds United. Robertson allows that to run through to his goalkeeper as the Rangers fans get right behind the team. Catley climbing for it. McCoy's through there. It's cleared by Newsom.
Yeah, I think the Leeds back four now are looking a lot more vulnerable. I mean, I think in 6 away games this season they've conceded 19 goals away from home, and Mark Catley is just the man to take advantage of that if he can get crosses into the box.
So Rangers trying to push their way forward, but that man Gary Speed stepping in. Good play by him, laid off by Cantona to Strachan. Switch now to Fairclough. Leaves it to Batty. He's getting some extra treatment from the crowd, but he is that kind of player. And Robertson in a tight corner there decides to concede the throw-in. So I'm quite sure a few more dramas to unfold over this match tonight, and of course the return at Ellen Road to come up in a fortnight's time. Strachan trying to get forward, but the ball falls behind them. Played through to McCall. By Ian Ferguson, who seems to have taken a bit of a knock as the offside flag is up against Cantona. So this is Trevor Stephen for Rangers. To McPherson. Stephen again to Hatley. Good play this by Rangers, orchestrated there by Stephen, but Dorigo it was to get his foot in, and Rangers have the throw. Trevor Stephen shielding the ball well. McCall playing it through to Durant. It's a good pass. Still Durant. Through to Hatley. Durant again. Good play by Rangers. On the tackle there by Gordon Strachan. It's a corner kick to Rangers, but excellent play by Ian Durant.
Yeah, that was a lovely little 1-2 with Mark Catley. Ian Durant played there. And the Rangers fans here, he just knocks the ball into Mark Catley, scoops it over on Ali McCoy's head. Goes for the 1-2, and the Rangers fans behind that goal are looking for a penalty kick here. They believe Gordon Strachan fouled Ian Durant, but the referee's awarded a corner kick.
And it's Durant who takes it again. It's whipped away though by Gary McAllister. Returned by John Brown. McPherson's onside. Oh, the flag in fact went up rather late over on the far side, but the referee had stepped in anyway. I think he wasn't too happy with McPherson's challenge.
No real chance of getting the ball there, and raises his right foot, and the referee's awarded a free kick for dangerous play.
So that's Durant's header. Newsom to Batty. Played through for Cantona, challenged by Gough. This is Trevor Stephen. Oh, heavy rain falling here at Ibrox. Has been a rather wet and gloomy day in Glasgow, and it was certainly gloomy for this large Rangers crowd after just a minute when Gary McAllister scored, but then an own goal by keeper John Lukic put Rangers back into the game, and they're certainly enjoying their best spell. It's Gary Speed trying to get forward. It's cut out goal by Richard Goff. Breaks through now to Ali McCoist, shadowed all the way by Chris White, and it's Dorigo who made the challenge. Rangers in a hurry to get on with things. McCall sending it there to McCoist. Takes the return, now it's Goff. Ferguson. Robertson's closed down by Strachan. Two former Aberdeen players, of course, but from slightly different eras. Well, Durant under pressure here from Strachan. Strachan does well, but Durant should really have cleared the danger there. This could be trouble for Rangers. Oh, Strachan floating it in, but no real problem eventually for Andy Gorham, but that was slack play by Ian Durant. And no one will have to tell him that. This is Betty. Strachan, Cantona is lurking in the middle. He goes on a run. He's watched carefully by Richard Goff. And Goff puts in a good challenge there to concede the throw-in. So just over half an hour gone. One goal apiece here at Ibrox Stadium. It's Batty for Leeds United. This is Chris White. Speeds in there. If he can get that onto his left foot, and the ball goes behind for the corner. Well, he is such a dangerous player. Very good left foot on him. And Rangers had to react quickly.
Yeah, it was a terrific recovery tackle there by John Brown, because Gary Speed, nice control in the box, just poked it forward a little bit, got his shot in, but John Brown comes zooming across the box to get the block in. But they've got another corner kick now, Leeds United, and of course Gordon Strachan going over to the other side of the field to take it now.
So of course the aerial threat apparent is over. Chris White now is lurking on the edge of the 6-yard area. There he gets the touch. The ball's off the post there from Newsom. Well, Rangers survive. Chris White it was, getting his head to the ball at the near post, and Newsom come in at the far side, sent it against the post, and here come Leeds United again through Gordon Strachan. Well, what a let off there for Rangers. It's still Strachan will play some fine football. The offside flag goes up though. The offside flag has been up, but some delightful football by Gordon Strachan. But certainly the corner kick caused Rangers all kinds of problems. They lost the opening goal from a corner, and of course Leeds lost their goal from a corner. Yeah, but good corner kicks like that are very difficult to defend against, particularly somebody as tall as Chris White, and that was a real let-off. Newsom coming in there with a diving head on, just coming up off the post. It's Newsom again sending it through, looking for Lee Chapman. John Brown provides the cover, and the clearance high upfield from Andy Gorham. Becky's in there. The offside flag had gone up though against the Rangers strike force, just a few yards inside the Leeds half. Ali McCoist had straight forward. Lee Chapman signalling for the ball, and it's Chris White who takes it. He sends it in the direction of Chapman. Brown's in there with him. In comes Gary Speed. It's Batty now getting the chance, and Gary McAllister sending the ball over the crossbar. Well, Ali McCoist will have to be rather careful with the offside situation. But here were Leeds coming forward. Some excellent play this by Gordon Strachan. Yeah, he's well offside here, but it was a lovely bit of football here. He just waltzes round Andy Gorham and sticks it into the empty net. But well offside. And meanwhile, Ali McCoist had been caught offside at the other end of the field. Meanwhile, it's a throw-in to Rangers. The ball coming off Lee Chapman. 33 years of age, 9 goals so far this season for Chapman. I'm sure both managers will have plenty to say to the teams at half-time. Leeds started as though they would sweep Rangers off the field. Rangers were not at all settled defensively, but the loss of the goal by John Lukic has certainly undermined the Leeds defence quite a bit. And here come Rangers again. Richard Gough charging forward at every opportunity, leading by example as the Rangers captain. He's closed down there though by Chris White. And Trevor Stephen losing out. And Gough caught up field here, so the burden falls on John Brown. Well, that's a terrible clearance here by Andy Gorham. It's picked up by Strachan. He runs onto the return there from Chapman. Well, what a mistake there from an international goalkeeper. He had plenty of time. It's not as though he was under any immediate pressure. And really, it's amazing to see so many seasoned players making so many mistakes in this first half. The nerves are jangling. And Haitley falls to the ground there as he was challenged by Fairclough. And the free kick is awarded.
I don't think there was any real intent there on Chris Fairclough's behalf. I think they just, their legs get tangled up a bit and Haitley fell to the ground.
So Ferguson trying to find a gap here, getting around to his left foot. And not a bad effort again. Well, he's tested the goalkeeper on several occasions, as Ian Ferguson.
Yeah, I think he's looking a little bit nervy, John Lukic, and no wonder after conceding that corner kick, because that wasn't such a powerful shot from Ian Ferguson, and he never really grasped it that cleanly. Bobbled off his chest a little bit and sort of get his pants to it at the second attempt.
So this is Fairclough for Leeds. Chapman's header to Strachan. And Ferguson doing some sterling defensive work now. He gets the ball to Trevor Stephen. It's played through to Ali McCoist. He broke off his marker, Chris White there. It's played now to McPherson. That's Trevor Stephen. McCall being chased all the way by Speed. McPherson again to Gough. The Rangers committing a lot of players forward here. Ian Ferguson. David Robertson breaking now in the left. What a magnificent effort by David Robertson. And a fine save by John Lukic, diving there to his right and pushing the ball behind for the corner kick. Well, David Robertson doesn't score many goals.
Yeah, it was a nice patient build-up that by Rangers, and played it across the box, and David Robertson comes onto it here and thunders in a left foot shot. And John Lukic didn't look so nervous here, did he? Terrific save.
So that'll do his confidence a power of good. Well, Leeds still under pressure here. Ali McCoist claiming he was impeded, but the ball goes behind for another corner to Rangers. Well, this would be a good time for another Rangers goal, there's no doubt about that. The minutes ticking away towards half-time. Just about 8 minutes of this first half left. Trevor Stevens' corner. Ali McCoist! It was David McPherson's header, and Ali McCoist finished it off. 36 minutes gone. Ali McCoist for Rangers. He gets his 25th goal of the season. It was David McPherson who bravely went in. Powerful header there blocked by the goalkeeper, and Ali McCoist to get his first goal in the European Cup this season.
Yeah, this match seems to be all about corner kicks this evening. A great downward header by David McPherson. Lukic couldn't hold it, and Ali McCoist, as he so often does, in the right place at the right time, knocks the ball into the net. What a great time to get a goal. As I said earlier, Howard Wilkinson very concerned about the amount of goals Leeds were losing from set pieces, and that seems to be the case this evening. Because really, if you look at their league record, 6 away matches this season, Leeds United, and conceded 19 goals. That is a very bad statistic for the reigning English champions.
Well, Ali McCoist does it again for Rangers. Just about every occasion this season he's had these fans absolutely delighted. It really was a typical McCoist goal. Brave play by McPherson, and McCoist, well, his favourite position inside the 6-yard box, and look at the delight in his face. Well, 25 goals, including 2 hat-tricks, 2 penalties, 4 in one game against Falkirk. But that's the most important one of the season for Ali McCoist and for Rangers. They've really turned this game around after a dreadful start. So Rangers 2, Leeds United 1. Just over 5 minutes to go till half-time. The offside flag went up there against Eric Cantona.
If they could just get at this Leeds back four, because obviously Cantona and Chapman up front very strong, terrific midfield, and if Ali McCoist can get in and around their defenders here, there could be more goals for Rangers.
And here comes McCoist again. Plays it through to Haitley. Picked up now by Ian Ferguson. Well, Rangers were given a test of character here, losing that early goal, and have certainly responded. But in the opening 15 minutes or so, it did not look at all good for them. Yet the ball drifting away from Ali McCoist, who won his 43rd cap for Scotland last week. It would appear he can do no wrong this season. 37 goals got him the Golden Boot last time around. That's 25 already this season. It's a remarkable record. 16 of the goals have come in the Championship. So still the rain continues to fall here at Ibrox Stadium, but it's certainly not a bother for this huge capacity crowd who are all seated and under cover. I say all seated, a few fans allowed into the enclosure just below us. But of course that will become a thing of the past as UEFA push for all-seater stadium. So the Rangers fans right behind the team here. It's Richard Goff's header. Returned by McAllister. Goff's in there again with Chapman. Trevor Steven getting a touch to McPherson, who seems none the worse after that knock he took and setting up the goal. And as Gordon rightly pointed out, everything coming from corner kicks in terms of those goals tonight. Certainly the game still being played at terrific pace, terrific commitment from both sides. A typical British game. So Leeds will switch the play. Fairclough is wide on this side. There he is now. Flips it forward, looking for Chapman. Chapman climbs high, but the offside flag is up against Cantona. Well, he's drifted into an offside position several times in this first half, but an impressive player. He's got one goal in the competition so far. And of course, always a threat from Chapman at 6'2". Man of many clubs, he's scored goals everywhere he's been. 72 goals, in fact, in 135 League and Cup games for Leeds United. So we're inside the last 5 minutes of the first half. Here comes Ali McCoist again, putting White under pressure. That's Batty's header. But a high boot there by Ian Ferguson indicates the referee, so the free kick to Leeds United. So Rangers leading by 2 goals to 1. The final minutes of the first half ticking away. Gately trying to pressure Newsom, and he does so to the extent that the ball drifted out of play for the throw-in.
Yeah, I'm not at all impressed with this Leeds back four. They have had problems since the injury, or the long-term injury to Mel Sterling. They tried John Newsom in that position and it never worked, and now they've switched Newsom into the centre of defence and put Chris Fairclough there.
So the throw into Rangers taken by David Robertson. Well, there's a misunderstanding between two Leeds players. Oh, Ian Durrant just inches away. Well, McAllister and Fairclough, I think it was, got in one another's way, and Ian Durrant stepped in with a marvellous curling shot, which was very close indeed.
Yeah, I think this one, if it went in with a match Gary McAllister's early strike, just looks up, knew exactly what he was doing here. Right foot, bend, a lot of power as well, but just agonisingly over the bar.
So Richard Goff with the header. It's returned there by Fairclough, but here's Durrant breaking through. It's Durrant against Newsom. Ali McCoist arriving. Well, it breaks down. I think he was trying to stab it through in the direction of Hateley. McCoist was also running through. Goff won it there, it's returned, it's headed on by Cantona. There's a dangerous man in there, now it's Gordon Strachan. He's so dangerous with these cross balls. It's headed away though by Goff. And McAllister did well to get in ahead of McCoist. McAllister looking for Cantona. His header goes astray though to Hateley. It's laid off now to McCall. Trevor Steven has drifted to the left again. Support from Ian Durrant. David Robertson goes in the overlap. Takes Strachan with him. That's a good ball from Durrant. This is Robertson now on the left foot. And that certainly had White struggling a bit. Well, no corner kick, much to the annoyance of the Rangers fans. So just over a minute of this first half left. McPherson climbing for it. Andy Gorham has already had one poor clearance, but he makes no mistake this time. It's aimed at Haitley, he does well against Newsom. It's cut out by Dorigo for Leeds United, through to Gary Speed. Challenge going in there from McCall, and it was commitment for you. Here's McCall again, oh, terrific play by Stuart McCall. Well, that was a real chance for Rangers. Well, he scored twice against Sparta Prague in the European Champions Cup last year, and it was a terrific tackle by him initially.
Yeah, it's a great little build-up. I think now the Rangers midfield are beginning to assert their authority. McCall getting tackles in, Durant beginning to get passes, Ian Ferguson passing the ball, Trevor Stevens getting on the ball as well. They're looking a lot more positive in the middle of the park.
So we're well inside the final minute of this first half, but the offside flag was up against Mark Haitley and Ali McCoist. Haitley and McCoist drifting forward there. But McCoist can be well pleased with his first half. Gordon Strachan organising things as we move into injury time in this first half. And the ball cleared there by Robertson. McCoist in there. It's Durant. That's McCall. Lead off by Haitley to McCoist. This is Durant. McPherson's breaking in the far side and plenty of space. How can Rangers get a third one here in injury time? Goff toppled to the ground there, still play raging on. It's Trevor Stephen. McPherson is cleared off the line by Gary Speed and eventually cleared by Batty. It's picked up now by Cantona. Well, they're again going at a tremendous pace here, and Rangers almost grabbing a third goal. Gary Speed it was, clearing the ball off the line. Now it's Cantona stepping in, but there goes the half-time whistle. Well, it's been a remarkable first half. Rangers go in leading by 2-1, and it was after 36 minutes, following a corner kick. McPherson headed powerfully towards goal, and then McCoy's finished with some style, but an unhappy evening so far for John Lukic. But Ali McCoy's putting Rangers ahead. Rangers 2, Leeds United 1. So it's Rangers who get this second half underway. Absolute bedlam here at Ibrox Stadium, and of course they could so easily have scored a third goal just before the interval. So just a quick check shows that neither side has got on any substitute, but here comes Ali McCoy straight away running onto that ball from Ian Durant. The goalkeeper committing himself, it spins clear, it's picked up now by Gordon Strachan. Well, the second half off at a ferocious pace as well. It really has been a quite remarkable evening so far. Well, this is Leeds United's 7th tie against Scottish clubs. Have lost only once, and that was to Celtic back in 1970. They have taken the scalps of Kilmarnock, Hibs, Dundee and Rangers. Hibs, Dundee and Rangers all in one season, 67-68. Hibs again in 73. So a formidable record. There's McAllister getting a touch, but it's Durant stepping in for Rangers. The offside flag now goes up against Mark Haitley.
Yeah, I think it's important in the second half that Rangers keep things tight at the back and give as much of the ball as they can to the man with the number 11 in his back, Ian Durant. He was quite superb in the last 25 minutes of the first half.
So here come Leeds through Tony Dorigo. Some persistent play there, it spins away out in the direction of Strachan, but Durant provides the cover. Breaks to Batty. This is Strachan again. Cantona going for it, but out jumped there by McPherson. It breaks away now to Haitley. The Rangers will want to strike early in the second half. They had Leeds absolutely rattled before the interval. There's the ball played in the direction of Haitley. It's headed away though by Newsom. And Gordon Strachan deep in his own defence, picking up the play for Leeds United. He does show remarkable stamina. And here he is again. Played through to Batty. Good play by Batty, stepping away from Ian Ferguson. Dorigo is wide on the left here in a bit of space. This is Tony Dorigo against David McPherson. Breaks now to Batty. Well, there was a bit of power in that shot, but just as well it was blocked. Well, the throw-in goes Leeds United way. It's Dorigo playing it through, cut out by Ferguson. So play continues with Rangers pushing forward. Durant playing it through, looking for McCoist, and John Lukic taking no chance, sends it all out of play for the throw-in to Rangers. Well, John Lukic has played in many big occasions, but I'm sure he'll remember this one. There's Batty digging in along with Cantona. Now it's McAllister switching the play to Strachan. A long ball aimed at Gary Speed, but the header from McPherson allowing his goalkeeper to pick up the ball. And there's Howard Wilkinson, second from the right there, the Leeds manager. And he'd have plenty to say, especially to his defenders at half-time. Here's Chris White, a back heel flick to Tony Dorigo. He uses that left foot of his to get it forward, but Richard Goff has a little bit of time here. He finds John Brown. Brown to Robertson, Strachan snapping away at his heels. It's McCall. Oh, almost a very good ball to Brown, who'd done some very good running. There's McAllister digging in for Leeds United, switching the play to Tony Dorigo. Cantona's calling for it in the middle. Chapman's here as well. Strachan's arriving on the far side. Well, John Brown all over the place there. It was McCall initially who cleared it. Still Leeds have it. It's Dorigo. Cantona was in there, but picked up by Andy Gorham.
Yeah, I think Trevor Steven will need to watch Tony Dorigo when he makes these runs forward, because he really does put delightful balls into the box, and one or two there in the last 5 minutes that have caused Rangers concern.
Gately climbs for it. It was Chris White who got it. Durant, a little touch there for Rangers to Ian Ferguson. Now it's Goff. Played through, looking for Haitley. That was Fairclough at full stretch. He finds Strachan. A long one for Lee Chapman. Well, he got a little touch there, but there was no one running in support. And Gorham immediately finds McPherson. It's laid off to Goff. White won it against McCoist. That's Dorigo. Cantona. He found himself a little bit of space there, but he's shut down by Ferguson. The ball breaks away now to Ian Durant. The switch to Trevor Steven. David McPherson's going on his outside. Going in a decoy run there to take up the attentions of Dorigo. Still Rangers have it. McCall. Aimed in at Haitley, headed away though by Chris White. Chested down by McAllister, picked up by Batty. This is Strachan. Some good running there by McAllister, who had initially picked up the ball in the midfield. So, meanwhile, the referee has awarded a free kick against Richard Goff. For a little nudge, it's quickly taken. Switch to Dorigo. Through now to Gary Speed. Dorigo again. Lee Chapman's in there. It's headed away though by John Brown, only as far as Cantona. This is Batty to Strachan. Chapman in the middle, but it flies past all of them there into the path of Trevor Steven, back deep in his own half. Haitley. Good ball by Haitley to Ferguson. Rangers can do something here, but the outside flag went up against Ian Durant. Well, Rangers had a few options open to them there. It was an excellent through ball from Haitley to Ferguson, but as he released the ball, Durant was adjudged to be offside. McCoist in there with McAllister. McAllister wins it. This is Gary Speed, the Welshman. Played through towards Dorigo, but Goff steps in just ahead of him. And he has to concede the throw-in. So it will be left to David Batty, who is a bit of a long throw specialist. Well, the referee's unhappy here, and he awards it the other way now. Well, I tell you, Batty's quite a fortunate man there, because he's already picked up a booking in the tournament, and if he's cautioned again here, in fact, the referee is calling over Gary Speed and telling him to keep his mouth shut. He's another player who's already been booked in the tournament. Another yellow card tonight would cancel either Speed or Batty out for the return at Elland Road. De Rigo also has a yellow card against him. So do Shutt and Hodge. But, Rangers have 3 players on yellow cards. 2 of them on the field tonight, Ian Durrant and Ian Ferguson, and Alexei Mikhailichenko. So both Durrant and Ferguson will have to go warily if they want to take part in that second leg. But the referee has shown a lot of patience so far. But he awards the free kick against Ali McCoy, down against the corner flag, up to the annoyance of the Rangers fans there in the Copeland Road stand. Of course, it was Ali McCoy who again became the hero of those Rangers fans after 36 minutes tonight, when he put Rangers 2-1 ahead. And that's how it stands, with almost 10 minutes of the second half gone here at a packed Ibrox Stadium. Lee Chapman getting the touch for Leeds United. Strachan gets away from Robertson. Cantona's in the middle, so too is Speed. It's knocked away by Richard Gough, only as far as De Rigo. And at the end of it all, a simple one for Andy Gorham. A rather poor one there from Tony De Rigo. It's Trevor Stephen winning it. This is Hateley. Durrant. McCall racing away to his left. Well, he almost got it through to him, but it was cut out by Fairclough. That's a real chance for Rangers to do something. Now it's Leeds on the counter-attack through Gordon Strachan. Gary Speed has drifted away out to the left. He's in plenty of space. Cantona spots him, but he can't quite get it across yet. Plays the shot into Strachan. Brown committing himself. It's swept away by Richard Gough. Only as far as Fairclough. The offside flag is up. Chapman and Cantona had strayed into an offside position. So Rangers have possession again through Ian Durrant. Cut out by Newsom. Now it's Batty. Switch of play to De Rigo. He's shut down there by Trevor Stephen, but he's a powerful player, De Rigo. Gets the ball onto that left foot, but it didn't come off for him there. But he's always got to be watched. 26 years of age, tracked for several seasons by Graham Souness when he was a manager here at Rangers.
Yeah, he's a player that's terrific going forward, and as we mentioned earlier, Jerry, he knocks great balls into the box with that left foot. This time makes a good run forward, looks up and has a little dip, but way off target with that one.
So it's Gordon Strachan for Leeds. This is Fairclough going into the challenge with McCall. He gets it forward to Lee Chapman. Gary McAllister. Batty. It's played through towards Fairclough, and David Robertson happy to concede the throw-in, just in line with his own penalty area. And David Robertson came so close to scoring for Rangers in that very dramatic first half, only to be denied by John Lukic. Batty's throw. This is Cantona. Fairclough's in there. McPherson's under pressure from Gary Speed. This is McAllister. Of course, McAllister packs a terrific shot, as we've seen, especially at set pieces for Leeds United and for Scotland, and the man who opened the scoring tonight. With a spell, of course, at Motherwell, then went to Leicester in 1985 for a mere £125,000, and joined Leeds when they returned to the top league. Walter Smith there in the background with Archie Knox just in front of him. Actually not banned from the dugout domestically, but in European ties he's allowed to visit. So this is Durant for Rangers. Played forward by McCall, cut out though by Strachan. Tireless work again by Strachan. Through to Chapman. Cantona floating the high one in. It's headed away by Richard Gough. And his father is Batty. McAllister. Chapman's in there. He's challenged by Brown. And now it's McPherson stepping in for Rangers. Through to McCoist. He's quickly shut down by Newsom. This is Durant. Still heavy rain falling here at Ibrox. But you'd hardly notice it. The game being played at terrific pace. Lots of commitment by both sets of players. And certainly this capacity crowd has had value for money. There's no doubt about that. So the Govan stand there in the background packed. And of course the executive box is up there at the back as well. And a big pay night for Rangers. Of course a bigger pay night if they can get through to the next stage, which is now of course named the Champions League. And the real pot of gold waiting there for the winners of this tie. But a lot of work to be done by both sides before they can even think of that. It's Rangers now in possession, midway inside their own half. It's John Brown. A long one for Haitley to chase. And it's Chris White's header, which allows the goalkeeper to pick it up. Walter Smith, the Rangers manager, has gone back up towards his seat in the stand, leaving Archie Knox in the dugout. Meanwhile, Rangers win themselves a free kick. Fairclough it was there on Durant. And again, the referee threatens to produce the card. But he certainly has shown a lot of patience, and I thought he was a bit lenient with Batty over the time wasting and the throw-in a few minutes ago. Here comes David Robertson. That's a dangerous one right across the face of goal. And it's pushed behind for the corner kick. Well, again, the Leeds defence all over the place. And that was a real chance.
It was a great little through ball here. David Robertson used his pace to get onto that. Just comes off the chest of Chris Fairclough. He's past Ali McCoy. He's past Mark Haitley. We've now got a Rangers corner kick.
So Gary Speed it was who pushed it behind with just over an hour played. And Rangers leading by 2-1. Can they increase that lead? It's Trevor Stephen with the corner. It's hooked away by Dorigo. Well, Rangers really should do better with that type of situation. But, both sets of substitutes starting to warm up. You can see them there just running across the picture. Leeds substitutes. The Rangers players are already out as well. Maybe just a little warning to the players on the field. There's McCoy slaying it off. It's Ferguson. Oh, that's a real chance for Ian Ferguson. He snatched at it, chested down there by Ali McCoist, and you can see how disappointed he is. But Rangers really should be doing just a bit more at the moment.
Yeah, it was a nice little ball knocked into Ali here by Trevor Stephen. Looks up, dinks a little ball into Ali. Lovely little off his chest, but Ian Ferguson, well, just never got a hold of that one at all.
John Brown climbing high for that one. In goes Haitley. McAllister got the touch for Leeds. It's chested down by McPherson for Rangers. This is Trevor Stephen. Puts it through to Durant. Richard Gough. McCoist. Well, it almost come off for him. This is Dorigo. Cantona, but dispossessed by Ferguson. Now it's Gough. Haitley. Cut out by Chris White to Tony Dorigo. This is Gary Speed. Cantona goes on a run. Chapman's in the middle. He's got a bit of space there. Well, Chapman was left an amazing amount of space there. Rangers defenders failed to pick him up.
We're just thinking there how quiet Cantona and Chapman had been in this match, but all of a sudden Cantona comes into the picture here, combines with his striking partner. Lee Chapman makes a good near post run, and that was a near thing. David Robertson should maybe have been covering Lee Chapman here a little bit tighter. Just strays off Chapman a bit and gives him an opportunity there.
So it's Rangers pushing forward. McCoy's getting the touch there against Dorigo. Plays it to Trevor Stephen. Hateley's in the middle. Led away by Chris White. This is McPherson for Rangers. Getting away from Gary Speed. He's surrounded all by Leeds players. It's Goff stepping in. Trevor Stephen in the thick of it. And the offside flag went up. Well, Ian Durant had straight through, but Ali McCoy's perhaps over in the middle. Was a man who had stepped offside. The flag went up in any case, and Leeds United have possession. It's Dorigo playing it forward, looking for Chapman. It's kept in play by Cantona. Gary McAllister's racing through the middle. It's played to Gary Speed. This is Batty. Fairclough's breaking in the far side of the field. This is Fairclough. It's played in there for Gary Speed, and that was well read by Richard Goff. He reacted quickly. It's Fairclough again now, under pressure from McCoy. Through to Strachan. And clear upfield by John Brown. This is Newsom. He's trying to pick out Lee Chapman. So again, the huge roar behind Rangers. Trevor Stephen playing it to McCall. Robertson's breaking in the left. He runs into trouble in the shape of Gordon Strachan. It breaks her to Ian Durant. Oh, good play by Durant. Can Rangers do something here? Ali McCoist. Well, no power in the header at all, but delightful play by Ian Durant.
Yeah, great play by Ian Durant again. What a game he's having. Just looks up here, picks Ali McCoist up, but really couldn't get any real power in the header at all.
So it's Trevor Stephen for Rangers. The offside flag goes up though. A bit of frustration for Hateley and McCoist. The flag was up immediately from the Belgian linesman.
Actually, the officials have handled things well tonight, Jerry. Apart from probably the first half, and I felt that Rangers should have had a penalty for the Chris White tackle on Ali McCoy. The Belgian ref let the game flow tonight.
Oh, this is Strachan for Leeds United. It's headed away by Brown. Picked up by McCall. Little touch through to Ian Ferguson. Good running by McCall. He's got McCoy to his left. Here's McCoy trying to get away from Newsom. Strachan's back, doing some sterling defensive work. And again, Gordon Strachan proving his worth to Leeds United. This is McCall again, headed away by Newsom, picked up by Ian Ferguson. This is Goff, straight to McAllister though. That's Gordon Strachan. This is Cantona. Batty to Speed. Dorigo goes on the outside. And the goalkeeper had that all the way. Good safe handling by Andy Gorham. To Gary Speed pushing forward on the left side at every opportunity. Speed's in there again. It breaks through though to Hateley. He's watched carefully by Chris White. And that's Leeds United's ball. And Gordon Strachan there. The porridge and bananas are still working. That's what he has for breakfast every morning, he tells us. And getting through a power of work. What a pity he's retired from the international scene. He won his 50th cap just before the European finals and decided to retire from international football. Meanwhile, it's a free kick awarded against David McPherson. As he was challenged there by Chapman. So that's a signal for Leeds to push a few players forward. Chris White's going up to the edge of the penalty area. So too is Chris Fairclough. And a bit of an aerial menace here for Rangers to deal with. Mark Hateley's gone back. John Newsom up there as well, you can see. Fairclough sending it in. And Cantona sending the ball over the crossbar. An acrobatic kick from the Frenchman. Always a dangerous player. And Rangers give a sigh of relief.
It was a spectacular effort, this by Cantona. Ball just falls for Chris Fairclough, knocks it over, tries the hitch kick, and good power in it, but no real accuracy. But a great effort nevertheless.
So Lukic having to come to the edge of his area, but he's in no trouble this time. cut out by David Robertson for Rangers. No one forward at all. Well, there's Lee Chapman, 33 years of age. He scored 9 goals in 16 games so far this season, and at 6'2", certainly a handful. But Richard Gough has kept very close tabs on him so far this evening. It's Gary McAllister digging in for Leeds United. Still Rangers leading by 2 goals to 1. And it's McPherson now stepping in. Nice little ball forward to Trevor Stephen. That's out of play. It's a throw in to Leeds United. Well, just a little bit of a breakdown in communications there between Trevor Stephen and David McPherson. It's Batty's cross. It's aimed at Cantona. It's headed away by John Brown. Well, it's a free kick against McAllister. He barged into Stuart McCall. So the free kick awarded to Rangers. So a fantastic atmosphere here at Ibrox tonight. And it'll be even greater if Rangers can give themselves a 2-goal cushion for the second leg. They're certainly capable of it, but it's the type of match where anything is liable to happen. It's headed away by Fairclough. Picked up now by Durant. He gives it to Gough. This is John Brown. Goes down by Chapman. Through for Robertson, but again Strachan back deep in his own half. And the ball's out of play. Well, Archie Knox there, the Rangers assistant manager, obviously in contact with Walter Smith, and I said had gone back up to his seat in the stand. And what do you think the conversation is there, Gordon?
Well, I'm just wondering if it's maybe a bit time to introduce Peter Houser into the fray, because every time Rangers do get into wide positions and they get half-decent crosses into the box, it's causing the Leeds defence all sorts of problems.
I think quite a few people surprised that Houser didn't start the game tonight, including yourself.
Yeah, I certainly was, because I felt Leeds are certainly vulnerable in the right back area. They've had problems, as I said earlier, since Mel Sterling's been out the side at the start of the season, and I thought they might try to capitalise on that, but that's not the case. But in saying that, Ian Durant might have been the one to miss out tonight if Houser had played, and he's played a terrific game.
Well, the cover provided there by David McPherson as Gary Speed tried to get forward. So it's McAllister flipping it through, looking for Cantona. And he nodded it down there for Chapman, but that's well kept in play by Andy Gorham. Well, there is an indication down at the bench that Houser might in fact be coming on. There's a bit of activity down at the Rangers dugout, but meanwhile play continues. So it's Gordon Strachan lofting the high one forward. Goes into the path of McCall. Well, Cantona has gone over to the side of the field for some treatment. So as the ball goes out of play for the throw to Rangers, Cantona there seems to be having problems, double vision perhaps. He took a knock there as he climbed for the ball. Still play going on though. Pateley's in there. Breaks to Dorigo. Cantona's still on the field. I'm not quite sure. I don't seem to know where he is at the moment, but he's drifted back into play. Meanwhile, it's Batty leaving it to Strachan. Chapman. Batty again. And Rod Wallace is warming up down below us, and he may be a replacement for Cantona. Houser still watching the proceedings, but it looks as though he'll be coming on sooner than later for Rangers. It's Rangers in possession. It's McCall playing it to David Robertson. Through for McCoist. Cut out there by Fairclough. And McCall The Yorkshireman who supports Leeds nipping in there ahead of Lee Chapman. Long one followed by Goff, but the offside flag goes up against Ian Durant.
Yeah, Gordon Strachan hasn't really ventured far from that right half spot. He's just sat in front of the right back for most of this second half and really hasn't ventured forward. So it's obviously an area of concern for Howard Wilkinson. So that's why I think possibly Peter Houstra, if Walter Smith decides to bring him on there and get attacking at Chris Fairclough and get crosses into the box.
So that's 28 minutes of the second half gone. Rangers leading by 2 goals to 1, and here they come again through Trevor Stephen. This is Haitley. Steps away from White. Still Haitley, and it's blocked there by Batty. It breaks out now to Gary Speed. Chance for Leeds to counter-attack. This is McAllister. Strachan's in plenty of space out there. Batty's going with him. Still Strachan. Headed away by John Brown.
Actually, John Brown and Richard Goff have splendid games in the heart of the Rangers defence tonight, because obviously 2 difficult customers to handle in Cantona and Chapman.
It's McAllister playing it through to Chapman. He holds off the challenge. That's good running. McAllister topples to the ground, and the ball goes behind for the goal kick. Well, it was excellent running by the Leeds and Scotland midfielder. But now we will have substitution. Trevor Stephen is the man to go off for Rangers. So he goes off to tremendous applause, and on comes the Dutchman Peter Houstra, who was bought from 20 Enschede for £300,000. And Houstra scored in the last round against Lyngby here at Ibrox. He's 4 goals in total this season. This is McCall for Rangers. Well, an early touch for the substitute. He's finding his feet. That's a good ball through to Robertson. McCoist. Well, Ali McCoist skips it high over the crossbar. He'll be disappointed with that, but already you can see the threat of Houstra, and the combination of Houstra and Robertson will certainly cause problems now for Gordon Strachan and the right side of that defence.
What a lovely little move here. Ali McCoist peels off to the defence. David Robertson looks up, finds him. Well, how many times you see them nestling in the back of the net when McCoist hits him, but not this time.
So just under 15 minutes left here at Ibrox Stadium. Rangers 2, Leeds United 1. It was Gary McAllister who put Leeds ahead after a minute. Then an own goal by keeper John Lukic put Rangers back in the game after 20 minutes, and Ali McCoist gave Rangers the lead after 36 minutes. And there's a free kick awarded to Rangers. It's quickly taken. McCall playing it through to Haitley. Well, he tried to lay it off to Ali McCoist. He might have been better having a go himself. That's Dorigo's clearance. Headed down by Goff to McPherson. Nice little turn by McPherson against Cantona. Laid off by Durant. It's McPherson again. Runs into trouble though. This is Cantona being harried by Ferguson. That's McAllister. Dorigo. He's got speed to his left. Strachan's in the middle. It's cleared though by Brown. Touched on by McCall. And the pass back from Newsom. The goalkeeper under a bit of pressure, but he responds well. Way over the halfway line it goes. Cantona getting the better of Brown there. This is McPherson for Rangers, to Durant. Well, he just needed a bit more in that as he tried to find Houstra. McCoist in there. And a free kick to Rangers. Conceded by John Newsom for a foul on Ali McCoist.
Yeah, I don't think there's any real intent here. Goes for the ball, John Newsom, but Ali McCoist just beats him to it, nicks the ball away. We've ended up with a free kick here. Maybe just a little bit far out to be thinking about a potted goal.
Well, it's McCall and Durant hovering over the ball. Ian Ferguson's just behind them, so too is David Robertson. This is Ferguson. Well, a disappointing end to it all, and I don't know if that one was practiced in the training ground, but it certainly didn't come off. But Leeds United now making a substitution, and Rod Wallace will come on for Cantona, who took a knock a few moments ago.
Yeah, well, we need to watch out for Rod Wallace because he's very similar in stature, as you can see, to his brother Danny, or his better known brother Danny at Manchester United. But he's a player that loves to run at defenders, and he's very, very quick. Obviously, looking at him, he's no aerial threat at all, but very, very tricky when the ball's on the deck.
So he cost 1.6 million from Southampton at the start of last season. He's now out of things recently with a hamstring injury, but came through a reserve game unscathed and scored a goal. So he comes into the fray. An early touch for the substitute. He's in there again, but loses out to Durant. It's quick forward. Picked up now by Haitley. Some good work there by Haitley to retain possession. Well, Rangers would dearly love a third goal to take to Ellen Road, but mind you, after the start they made to this match tonight, they'll not be unhappy with the scoreline, leading by 2-1. They certainly had chances to increase that lead, especially before half-time. This is Peter Houstra getting in the cross. That was Newsom blocking it, and the ball goes behind for the corner kick to Rangers. Well, bedlam in the stands every time Rangers get a throw in, a corner kick, a free kick. So McPherson is well forward. So towards Goff, it spins high into there. It's McAllister who gets the touch out of the danger area. It's McCall for Rangers.
Yeah, I don't think Leeds United are over keen on corner kicks against them. Every single corner kick Rangers have had tonight has caused panic in the Leeds defence.
So just under 10 minutes left here. Houstra topples to the ground, but the referee waves play on. Fairclough's header, it's picked up by Batty. It's Chapman laying it off to Strachan. Fairclough with a long one forward. Gary Speed switched over to the right side for the moment. And Rod Wallace, the substitute, filling the left berth. McAllister to Dorigo. McAllister again onto his right foot, but high and wide of the target. He'll be disappointed with that, Gary McAllister.
Well, I think he's had his share of spectacular strikes tonight.
Well, heard Wilkinson there shouting instructions to his players. Free kick awarded against Ali McCoy for a little nudge there on Chris White. Leeds take it quickly. The Rangers certainly don't want to lose another one here, because although this is an all-British tie, away goals do count double, and Leeds already have one tonight. It's headed away by Richard Goff. Certainly the way Rangers have played, you would fancy them to be able to score a goal in the second leg, but they want to get on with things quickly here. The offside flag is up against Ali McCoy. Rangers just in too much of a hurry to get on with things.
Yeah, it's important that they try and get that third goal, Rangers, but at the same time it's also very important not to take chances at the back defensively.
2-goal cushion would be nice, Gordon, but they might get down there thinking, do they defend it? What do they do? If they go 2-1, they've really got to go out and have a go, and it might be a healthier situation for them. But here's Wallace whipping in the cross. It's headed away by Robertson. There's Houstra back helping defence. Robertson again playing it through. There's McCoist. Houstra. McCoist again. A little opening here for Rangers. This is Ferguson. Durant's just ahead of him. Hateley stays right. This is Hateley. The shot was blocked by Dorigo. They didn't seem to know too much about it. Hateley's in there again, and he concedes the free kick for a foul on Rod Wallace. It was just all a bit frantic there by Mark Hateley.
Yeah, I think it's still been a great comeback by Rangers, as we said, to lose a goal in the first minute. Well, it really was a sickener. Come back, score 2 goals, and you never know, taking a 2-1 lead to Ellen Road might just be enough, particularly looking at this Leeds defence. I've mentioned earlier, I've conceded an awful lot of goals this season, and have not impressed me one little bit.
It's Gary Speed playing it through, looking for Wallace, but Durant's back helping in defence, and he wins the free kick. Well, that was excellent play by Ian Durant. He's got through a power of work tonight. The referee awarding the free kick to Rangers. So Batty's header. Battling away there with Ian Ferguson. He wins it. It goes to Gary Speed. Played through now to Rod Wallace. Against McPherson. Well, McPherson colliding there with McCall, and the Rangers had to concede the corner kick. Bit of a misunderstanding between the two defenders. There's Chris White just moving on to the 6-yard area, and Mark Hateley has gone back to Markham. There he is. Strachan's corner, still at the heart of everything. McCoy's back helping in defence. It's swept away there by Robertson, only as far as Dorigo. Everyone except Lukic inside the Rangers half of the field. We're inside the final 5 minutes of the match. It's hooked away by John Brown for Rangers. This is Dorigo. Aimed at Chapman. Wallace, Chapman again. Good tackle by Richard Goff. Now it's Ian Durant. Well, he was trying to get it through there to Robertson because Houstra was wide left, but it was cut out by McAllister. Rangers did not want to give the ball away in that situation. They could pay for that yet. Scrappy play there by Leeds. And now it's McCall pouncing on it. He's got Hateley through the middle. What a chance here for Hateley! Well, he really should have buried that one.
Yeah, it's a great break by McCall here. Sticks a nice little ball. Good first touch here by Mark Hateley. Homing in and goal, and then it just gets into a little fankle here. That was a great opportunity lost.
Well, Rangers might live to regret that one. This is Hateley again to McCoist. Houstra. Durant. He just pushed that one too far ahead of McCoist. The intention was correct, but Rocastle there getting ready to come on. As Leeds United prepare to send on their second and final substitute. So just under 3 minutes left as McPherson launches a high one forward. Well, if Hateley could only have buried that one, would have been producing some noise. If it is, it's noise for the wrong reason at the moment. It's a bit of frustration. But Gordon Strachan now will leave the field with just about 2.5 minutes to go.
Well, I think there's one reason only they're making this substitution. They're taking the player that's the farthest away player off, and it's a time-wasting tactic. It's a tactic that I don't like to see, and a lot of Scottish clubs have been using it as well. Something I don't like to see at all.
So Rocastle about to come on. David Rocastle signed from Arsenal for £2 million just before the start of the season. Here come Rangers again now, but Hateley's header well wide of target.
Yeah, it's been a tremendous game, Jerry. I mean, I don't think the second half has quite lived up to the breathtaking first half, but if you're ever looking for a vote for a British league, count me in.
So just under 2 minutes left, and the referee really should add on some time. Referees have been told to add on time even for that type of substitution. It was obviously of the time-wasting variety. And Alphonse Constantine, the Belgian referee, gives a free kick to Leeds United, handling his 93rd UEFA and FIFA tie tonight. Just about to retire after 12 years on the top lists. So it's John Newsom with the free kick. Just over a minute left, plus injury time. Richard Gough launches himself at that one. It's returned by Batty. Led off there by Wallace, Rocastle I should say. Headed away by Hateley. This is Durant. It's McAllister deep in his own defence as we move into the final minute of this enthralling encounter. Well, the offside flag has gone up against the Rangers strikers. The free kick to Leeds United. Yeah, so 30 seconds left according to my stopwatch.
Yeah, I think it's understandable Ian Durant got caught in an offside position there because he'd made like a 50-yard run forward and he just never had the energy to get back onside.
So it's John Newsom's free kick. Brown in there, heading it clear. It's Newsom again. Well, Rangers pounce on the loose ball. But there goes the final whistle, with the referee adding on not a second, in fact, according to my stopwatch, a few seconds early, but the final whistle has sounded. Applause rings all around Ibrox Stadium, and a terrific fight back by Rangers, who went behind after just a minute to Gary McAllister, but then a look at own goal and a terrific goal by Ali McCoy, making it Rangers 2, Leeds United 1.
Winners over Leeds United. Coming up, the views of both managers. First of all, Rangers boss Walter Smith.
Walter, what's the mood in the dressing room after the game?
Yeah, they're quite pleased after coming back from losing a goal as early as we did. It was a big blow to us, and I felt it did take us a little while to recover from that. And when we did, after about a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes or so, we probably had our best spell in the match and managed to get ourselves 2-1 ahead at half-time. Second half of the game, I felt the pace of the game dropped a little bit. Play did get a little bit scrappy, but the pace of the game and the first half of the game, I felt dictated that.
Overall, are you pleased with the way Rangers played?
Yes, I feel we played better than we did in the second half of the match, but I was pleased with the way we came back after losing a goal so early.
Both teams came forward looking for the goal. Do you think the pattern will be much the same at Ellen Road?
I think the pattern of the game will be exactly the same. I said that before the match, that I felt that both clubs play the game in an aggressive manner, that they go forward and they look to try and score goals. It would be a folly for Rangers to go to Ellen Road and try and defend a one-goal lead. We will go there looking to score, as they did tonight at Ibrox.
Will you go there with confidence?
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't see anything tonight that would make us go there apprehensively. We go there knowing the type of game we'll encounter. We go there knowing that Leeds overcame a 3-goal deficit, and we're maybe unfortunate, well, on the evening to go out on the away goal, get back into the tournament because of a break in rules. But we know the type of game we're going to face there, and we go down there a quiet confidence more than anything.
Howard, a 2-1 deficit, but you got the away goal. You must be happy about that.
Well, could have been worse, but it could have been better. First half, started off well, lost our concentration, conceded what I thought was a bad goal, second goal. So we've got an away goal, we've lost, and I suppose the best way to lose is by 1 goal with an away goal.